Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, Olivia Cunningham. Take a look at some video we have from the past. That's when Olivia played for the Valley Regional High School girls basketball team. That team didn't have enough players this year, so Olivia and her high school's basketball coaches found a way for her to continue to play. Olivia, boys basketball coach Kevin Woods, and girls basketball coach and now the assistant boys basketball coach Jaimie Bickelhaupt are here to explain. Welcome to all of you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell me, Olivia, about this. Last year, it wasn't like the team was lousy. You made it to the championship game, playing with the girls. You come back this year, and you're thinking probably lose a couple people. It's high school. Things happen. How did you find out that there weren't going to be enough girls to make a team?
Yeah, we ended up losing some impactful seniors last year, which definitely I knew was going to affect our team just because they were strong players and they contributed a lot on and off the court, to be honest. But after I found out we were just going to end up coming short with numbers, I just tried to find a different way to play basketball this year.
Well, so we tried a couple things. You tried to do a co-op with New London. You tried to slam that through at the last minute when you found out the New London's conference wouldn't let that go forward, which is how I first heard about this. Mike DeMora wrote a great piece in The Day about that whole issue. And then the decision was made to join the boys team at Valley. So you're still playing for your school, but now you're playing on the boys team. What's that experience been like?
Yeah, obviously it's different playing for a different team because you build a bond with your team your 4 years growing up within your own high school. But to an extent, it's kind of just like playing AAU or with a different team. Like I just had to bond with new people, different personalities. It's just how teams work. And I learned to function within their group, and I was surrounded by a new community.
I like that nothing in your answer referred to the fact that you're playing against men or boys instead of girls. It's more about just the team and the community to you than the gender of the opponent.
Yeah.
Is that what it's been like?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the athleticism, speed of the game is different than girls, but sports comes down to just your competitive edge and your ability to work with your team. So as long as you bring that effort every night, you're going to have a good time.
All right, let me turn to Kevin, because you're not only her coach, but you've named her a captain. And I saw a quote with you that you said, this is not a charity case. I know she's started 4 games. She's played in every game. She's been a contributor. Tell us about, from a boys basketball perspective, Olivia Cunningham being on your team.
Yeah, I mean, Olivia is just an outstanding leader. Her leadership skills are just unparalleled, and from some of the best players I've ever had, from a leadership perspective, she rivals them. Maybe even tops them. So just what she brought to practice, when she first started practicing with us, we didn't know that she was going to be part of our team. We're still weighing options, and it was apparent that she was really helping the guys learn how to play the game, how to move without the ball. It was I was thinking she could probably play with us if she doesn't find a home, or I wasn't thinking it was actually going to happen. But then when it did happen, she fit right in, and she's kind of led the ship for us, whether it was during practice or during the games. We're better on the floor in a lot of different ways with her out there. So she's been just a pleasure to coach and awesome part of our team.
And Jaimie, let me ask you, because you coached last year when the team made it to the championship on the girls' side. A lot of college programs have men's practice players for the women's team. Dawn Staley made a whole big thing this year when people didn't know. Gino RM has been doing that for years, all-male practice team playing the women's team. Do you see improvement or change in Olivia's game as she's playing with the boys?
Yeah, well, the previous 2 years, we've only had 9 girls in the program total. So a lot of the boys players would come to practice with us. Some of the varsity starters, Simon, James, and then last year, towards the end of the season, when we were starting to get fatigued a little, the whole freshman boys team came to practice against us every single day with their coach, Lou. So that, I think, really prepped her. She worked with those guys last year. She's working with some of the same guys this year on the varsity roster. And, yeah, I think she's been more athletic this year. I think her decision-making has gotten quicker. I think her moves have been quicker. So although it was a tough transition, I think she's gotten better as a whole and really prepped her for college.
And, Olivia, let me ask you, how tall are you?
About 5'11".
So you'd be a pretty tall player on the women's side, is that fair?
Yeah.
On the men's side, you're probably middle of the pack.
Yeah.
So how does that change you as a basketball player when you're going from being one of the tallest girls on the court to being just middle of the pack on the boys team?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I was obviously not like super on the taller side. So I sort of had like a guard philosophy going in. And then last year, or the last 2 years, I was on the taller side of our team. And to fill all 5 spots, I ended up playing one of the bigger positions. If I wasn't the 5, probably the 4 power forward. But back to this year, since I was playing with the boys and that was about the height I was going to be, I just had to refine my guard skills to be able to fit within the gameplay. But I was also still able to hold my own if we needed to, guarding like a bigger matchup and just being physical, giving effort in the hustle. You can compete with any height.
Well, you're playing next year at Union College, and I'm sure it'll benefit from this experience. Have you had any reaction? Have you had anything from opponents? Anybody, throw you an elbow and think they're going to knock you down because they're up against a girl? Anything notable on the other side of the ball?
Not that I would notice, to be honest. Once you're out there,
it's
like
just basketball.
game face is on, you're just doing your thing. It doesn't really affect you.
Is there a message, if somebody's watching, maybe a young female basketball player, is there a message about what's happened with Olivia Cunningham senior season?
Yeah, it's definitely different than your average girls basketball season. And as appreciative as I am for the opportunity I was given, Coach Woods letting me be on the team, and everything that's happened, I would never wish the burden that I feel when I step on the court with a bunch of boys on any little girl. Doesn't mean they're not capable of working hard, making a difference out there, but as a female competitor, being able to compete against other female competitors, that's what you really strive to do to make a difference. So obviously hard work, They can do that too. They can be as good as you can imagine, but yeah, just take advantage of your opportunities.
Well, a powerful message, and hopefully some people saw it. And just 20 seconds left, Kevin. I mean, it's been a big success so far, would you say?
Absolutely. She's proven that, just what toughness really is, and perseverance and grit. And I'm telling you right now, she would have been the player of the year in the Shoreline. She's come a long, long way with her game, even from last year. And she's a great fit on our team, but I would have loved to have seen probably a MVP caliber player.
Well, we're going to leave it there. He called you an MVP. We'll leave it with that. Olivia, Jaimie, Kevin, thank you for being with us. Good luck the rest of the way, and good luck next year in college.
Thank you.
That is CT 24 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning's coming up next. Have a great rest of your weekend. We will, of course, meet you back here in Studio A next Sunday morning.